Welcome to the land of wonders, where the sands of time whisper tales of an incredible civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. Welcome to ancient Egypt. Many achievements. The ancient Egyptians possessed a remarkable understanding of mathematics and astronomy, which they used to build their society and unlock the secrets of the universe. The scribes were the intellectual elite of ancient Egypt, responsible for recording and preserving the vast knowledge of their civilization. Several of them stand out for their extraordinary contributions. One of the most renowned scribes was Imhotep, who lived around 2650 to 2600 BCE. Imhotep was not only a scribe, but also an architect, priest, and physician. He was worshipped as a genius of his time. He is credited with designing the step pyramid of Djoser, the earliest colossal stone building in Egypt. He was also worshipped as a god of medicine in Egypt and Greece. His name was found on a pharaoh statue standing near Djoser's pyramid, along with many titles, which indicates his great position in the elite of ancient Egypt. Another notable scribe was Ahmes, who lived around 1650 BCE. He is known for the Rhind mathematical papyrus, which he copied from older texts. This document provides insight into Egyptian mathematics, including arithmetic, geometry, and problem-solving techniques. Altogether, the papyrus records 91 different problems and consists of 2 tablets. It was bought in 1858 in Luxor by a Scottish antiquary, Alexander Henry Rhind, and was found in one of the smaller buildings near the Ramesseum. Most of the document is now kept in the British Museum, along with the Egyptian mathematical leather roll, which also used to be in Rhind's possession. During the New Kingdom period, around 1200 BCE, scribe and priest Amenhotep, son of Hapu, rose to prominence. Amenhotep was a high official and an architect, and his writings included significant works on medicine and architecture. He started his career as a scribe of military recruits and quickly built his reputation. He was very devoted to his work, which gained him the trust of the reigning pharaoh Amenhotep III and led him to build the king's mortuary temple at Thebes. As a thank you for his amazing work, Amenhotep was bestowed with the great honor of commissioning a funerary temple in his own name, a tribute never heard of before in ancient Egypt. Although the building itself was of no size compared to temples of pharaohs, it was an incredible proof of appreciation and the esteemed position of Amenhotep. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, dating to around 1600 BCE, is another testament to the achievements of Egyptian scribes. Although its author is unknown, it is a surgical treatise that showcases the advanced medical knowledge of that time. Scribe Hori, who lived during the 19th dynasty, around 1300 BCE, is known for the Golenischev Papyrus. This remarkable document contains a variety of mathematical problems and solutions, providing a glimpse into the advanced arithmetic and algebraic knowledge of ancient Egyptians. These scribes and their works highlight the intellectual achievements of ancient Egypt. Their contributions to mathematics, medicine, architecture, and literature have left a lasting legacy that continues to influence our world today. Mathematics was the backbone of Egyptian civilization. Scribes, the educated elite, were skilled in arithmetic and geometry, which they meticulously recorded on papyrus scrolls. They were typically men from noble families, selected for their intellectual promise. Aspiring scribes underwent rigorous training at specialized schools known as houses of life. They learned to read and write in multiple scripts, including hieroglyphs, hieratic, and later demotic. Hieroglyphs, the most famous script, were used primarily for religious texts and monumental inscriptions. Hieratic, a cursive form of writing, was used for everyday administrative and business documents. Demotic, an even more simplified script, emerged later and was used for various forms of writing, including legal documents and literary texts. Egyptian mathematics was practical, used daily in commerce, agriculture, and administration. They devised a decimal system based on hieroglyphs for numbers, which included symbols for 1, 10, 100, 1000, and so on. Number 1 was represented by a stroke symbol, number 10 by heel bone symbol. Hundreds were described with coil rope and thousands with lotus plant symbol. According to this information, we can see how different numbers would look like. Let's take 23, 134, and 2541, for example. This is how mentioned numbers looked like in hieroglyphic writing, found mostly in stone inscriptions and some other formal texts. For everyday matters, scribes used hieratic writing, which was much more convenient and let them work out problems faster. Their understanding of geometry was profound, enabling them to accurately measure land, design complex structures, and even calculate the area of a circle using an approximation of pi. The construction of the pyramids is a testament to their geometric knowledge. The precise alignment and dimensions of these monumental structures required advanced mathematical planning and execution. We learn about mathematical problems of ancient Egyptians from some their documents, fortunate enough to survive and be studied by nowadays specialists. But where did they acquire such advanced knowledge? The origins of Egyptian mathematics are closely tied to their daily life needs. The annual flooding of the Nile required precise measurements to re-establish property boundaries and ensure equitable distribution of fertile land. Furthermore, interactions with neighboring civilizations, such as the Mesopotamians, who also had advanced mathematical systems, likely contributed to the exchange of knowledge. Egyptian scribes and scholars continually refined their techniques through observation, experimentation, and teaching. Ancient Egyptians were adept astronomers, observing the heavens with a keen eye and integrating their findings into their culture and daily life. Priests played a crucial role in astronomical observations, using their knowledge to align temples with celestial bodies and predict the annual flooding of the Nile, which was vital for agriculture. The Egyptian calendar, one of the first in human history, was based on the lunar and solar cycles. They divided the year into 12 months of 30 days each, with an additional 5 days to complete the solar year. Egyptians were also the first in the ancient world to divide days into 24 hours time periods. The star Sirius, the brightest one in the sky, was very important to ancient Egyptians, and because of its various roles in society, associated not just with one but a few gods. The rise of Sirius was connected to the Nile flooding, bringing water and fresh soil to the dry land, which Egyptians associated with Isis, the Great Mother, goddess of healing and magic, as well as with Sopdet, goddess of fertility. The heliacal rising of Sirius took place simultaneously with the summer solstice and was the beginning of a new year for Egyptians. The heliacal rising of a star occurs when a celestial body was hidden behind the sun for a season and then appears again on the horizon right before sunrise. Sirius was hidden for about 70 days, which was also the length of the mourning period in ancient Egypt, hence the connection to Osiris, god of the dead and lord of the underworld. The star used to be associated with Anubis as well. He assumed many different roles during various time periods of ancient Egypt: protector of tombs, guide of souls, embalmer, waiter of hearts, and lord of the underworld before Osiris. But it's the way he was depicted that really shows Anubis's connection to the Sirius star, always in black, which symbolized the soil of the Nile, life, and regeneration. The Egyptians created star charts as well, identifying constellations and star groups that played significant roles in their mythology and religious practices. They divided the night sky into 36 decans, each associated with a particular star or constellation that rose at 10-day intervals throughout the year. Astronomy was deeply intertwined with Egyptian religion. The goddess Nut, for example, representing the sky, was believed to swallow the sun, Ra, each evening and give birth to him in the morning. Nut was very often depicted as a woman arched over the earth, or deity Geb, her husband, protecting her partner and cosmic order from chaos. This celestial cycle was a fundamental part of their cosmology. Pharaohs' tombs and temples often featured intricate astronomical ceilings, depicting the journey of the sun god Ra through the underworld and his rebirth, symbolizing the eternal cycle of life, death, and renewal. But not only interiors were influenced by the astronomical knowledge of ancient Egyptians. Whole buildings like temples and pyramids were aligned with stars. For example, the Amun-Re temple at Karnak was arranged with the rising of the midwinter sun, and all the pyramids were aligned to the pole star. Using simple tools such as merkets, a type of plumb line, and palm fronds, the Egyptians could make precise observations of the stars. These instruments allowed them to measure time at night and maintain the accuracy of their calendars. Modern archaeologists continue to uncover how the Egyptians' knowledge of the stars influenced their architecture and agriculture. Their observations laid the groundwork for later astronomical developments in other ancient cultures. The legacy of Egyptian scribes extends far beyond their time. Modern scholars and archaeologists continue to uncover and study their sophisticated techniques and knowledge. Their dedication to recording, learning, and sharing their knowledge was the foundation of everything we know today. The principles they documented laid the groundwork for future advancements in science and architecture, influencing Greek and Roman scholars and leaving an indelible mark on human history. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed our content, please remember to like and subscribe for more adventures into the mysteries of history.